Marks 10 years since former Ferguson police officer shot and killed 18-year-old Michael Brown. Tonight, a new push to re-examine his death. Today, an organization dedicated to defending human rights held a hearing to review the case for potential human rights violations. The Inter-American Commission on Human Rights held the virtual hearing and featured testimony from Michael Brown's mother, an attorney, along with activists. They argue the federal government's failure to hold Ferguson officers accountable violated rights under the American Declaration of Rights and Duties of Man. Supporters say they hope recommendations will be made to the federal government, including an independent investigation into Brown's death. Brown's mother is still seeking closure.
When the decision was made for him not to indict, I was crushed, I was hurt, and I was frustrated because I really couldn't understand how he came to this conclusion. Primarily, I lost hope in the justice system.
Yesterday, the federal government and the city of Ferguson appeared in federal court for updates on the consent decree that's been in place since 2016. Some of the reforms include body cameras, revised use of police force training, and community policing.